everyone, it's Kimber Schaefer here with Rage in the Cage OKC News. We're here at Wilster Gun Range in North Oklahoma City, our sponsor for Rage in the Cage 49 coming up December 16th. And I just found this guy, Tim Papp, hanging out here, and he is on the card fighting Frederick Gunner.
Yes.
And you know, it's so interesting because I just found out, I knew that you've been around for a long time in the MMA game,
yes,
but you were one of the first fights on a Rage in the Cage card when we first began.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me a little bit about Rage in the Cage in the beginning and how you've seen it progress and why you keep coming back.
What I can remember from it is the first fight was in the parking lot at Mike Crawford's old club, Paradise City.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually on the bad side of stuff. I was fighting in his club all the time, and he asked me one night, he said, "Tim, do you want to make money? Do you want to do this inside of a cage, maybe not get in trouble?" I said, "Yeah, man, I'd love to do that." So he had the first Rage in the Cage in the parking lot. I was in it, and it just started out my career, and it just went head over heels, you know, and fell in love with the cage. And I ended up flying. I've been all over the place, and I fought a lot of big names and a lot of good people. So it's really done a lot of stuff for me.
Now, before Mike Crawford came up to you and offered you an opportunity to get into mixed martial arts, had that ever been anything that had been on your mind?
No, I boxed actually when I was younger. I was a Golden Glove boxer, and I did a lot of that. And wrestling was never my thing, and I didn't know much about mixed martial arts other than watching UFC. You know, when the UFC started. Well, of course, when it started, just like everybody else, I want to do that. You know, I want to get inside there and fight. So I remember watching the Tough Man contest when they used to come downtown and stuff like that, or we'd go watch at the old Armory on the south side of Oklahoma City. They'd have the boxing matches, and I'd love to go watch those. Just fighting's been my blood. I'm Irish, so you know that's what we do. We love to fight.
Well, so. I find it so interesting because I found so many fighters that have told me the same thing from way in the beginning to even now. Several fighters, I mean, Kendall Slowball comes to mind, Arturo Espinoza, people that, you know, were out fighting in clubs or whatever, in bars or in the streets, and Mike Crawford says, "Why are you doing it here when you can do it legally in the cage?" And you know, you can take out your aggression that way, and you know, it's brought so much positive things to so many people's lives, and so I love hearing stories like yours as well.
It really is, you know, when you can take somebody from the streets of spending money and getting in and out of jail and having legal trouble and stuff, and you can put them inside of a cage and teach them, hey, use your talent to make money instead of losing money, and make a better life for yourself, make a positive impact instead of a negative. It really does something. It really helps society. It helps that person to become a better person. So what Mike Crawford has done is really a good thing. You know, he takes people that, you don't even have to be talented to get in there. You know, once you step in there, whatever you lack, that makes you want it even that much more. You know, so then you seek a school out or a gym, and you start learning from the best, and then you become better. A good example, Ricky Conquelo, wrestling background, wasn't really a fighter. That man's hands striking is awesome now. You got J.C. Cottrell. I remember meeting J.C. Cottrell, and we fought in Poto, Oklahoma on our first fight on a rodeo grounds, you know, walking down a green. And that man's now signed to the UFC. You know, I've watched him progress. He was also a great wrestler for UCO, but now he's progressed so much with his striking and all-around fight, and he's a UFC star. You know, so yeah, you got a lot of great names. Arturo owns a school now. You know, he gets to teach people. D. Birchfield, same thing. Came from a different background, a bad background. Me, I came from a broken background, a bad background, where I like to fight in clubs and stuff. Now I climb in the cage, I do it the legal way and stay out of trouble. So it's a great thing, and you see Rage in the Cage go from, I think we had like maybe 15 people in that parking lot the first time, to now we're packing houses out and moving to bigger venues and stuff like that. So it's awesome to watch it grow, as well as the guys that came in. You know.
I think it's so interesting listening to your perspective on things, and you know, you've been around for a long time, you've been in this game for a long time, so it's just another perspective that some of us newbies, like I still consider myself a newbie, I've been here almost 3 years now, but there's still so much to learn about the history of Rage in the Cage, and then just where we've gone, and just so many great things in the works for not only Rage in the Cage, but local fighters. But you also mentioned that you've traveled a lot in your fighting career, so let's talk a little bit about your fighting career and some of your highlights.
Well, you know, my first pro fight, Larry Sherrod got me. I fought Dada 5000, who recently fought, rest in peace to Kimbo Slice. You know, one of the greats. Kimbo Slice started out on YouTube, but I fought. It was Dada's second fight. I fought in Miami, Florida. I'd never flown on a plane. I got to fly on a plane. You know, so that was a highlight to me, and then the money they paid me and the way they treated me. I've been to Kansas, I've been to Missouri, I've been to Texas, New Mexico. You know, I had a trip over to Tahiti that I was going to take to fight one of their guys, you know. So I fought all over the United States, mostly. But it's just the being able to travel and see the different people, and I even fought a strike force veteran. You know? And like I've got to fight these people, and I've got to meet them, and it isn't. What I love about it is you don't get in that ring or that cage, and yes, you're two men going to battle. You're two gladiators getting ready to go to the death. But at the end of that fight, you shake hands. There's always respect at the end of the fight.
You know, I didn't even recognize you when you walked in today because, I mean, you're cut, you're definitely in shape. Do you feel like you're in the best shape of your life and we're going to see a different Tim Papp in there this time?
I guarantee you're going to see a different Tim Papp. I was really a wild fighter, you know, so I haven't really trained a lot, but I've trained with AMA a little bit, you know, and yes, I do the Herbalife. I love Herbalife, and it's changed me. It's made me healthier. So yes, you're going to see a stronger, more powerful Tim come this time, you know, so just get ready. Get ready. I know this guy's game. I know how he works, how he likes to push people against the cage and everything else. He's not a wrestler, so his worst choice would be to take me to the ground. So I'm going to make him stand up, and we're going to fight from the shoulders. We're going to do it the old school bare knuckle way. Somebody's going to sleep, and it's not going to be me.
Well, you've obviously, you know, your stand-up has been kind of your strong point going in. Have you been able to develop the ground game more over the past
I've got quite a bit of ground game. I won't say I have the best ground game. I'm probably mediocre, but against this guy and watching him fight, he don't want to take me to the ground. Because every time he takes me to the ground, just like Conor McGregor when he gets taken to the ground, he's obviously a stand-up guy. Watch that fight tonight. Not trying to promote, but watch that fight tonight. He's going to make history. But I'm going to stand you back up. We're getting back up. I like to come from the shoulders. People don't come to watch us roll around the ground. They came to watch us knock down, drag out. And that's what I'm about. I'm about giving the people the show that they want.
All right, and we have a spectacular show that all of our fans are going to want coming up December 16th at the Farmers Market. And before we wrap up, any last words to your fans, any sponsors, any shout-outs?
Herbalife. If you want to get healthy, do the Herbalife. You can contact me. I have a Facebook, and you can find my phone number. Sponsors, I really don't look for sponsors, but we do own three nutritional clubs. One in Oklahoma City. Come see us, Ultimate Balanced Nutrition, 3621 South Council. We'll be ready to take care of you. So I'm ready for this show. I'm ready to step back in the cage after almost 2 years.
I am ready as well, and you have tickets on hand?
Oh yes, I have tickets. So if you need tickets, get a hold of me and I'll take care of you.
All right, sounds good. So again, Tim said he's got tickets, or any of the fighters on the card have tickets, or of course you can always get them at ticketstorm.com. So no excuse, but we'll see you there.